As you go to sleep at night thinking it's gonna be alright, and I will not put up a fight. I got something for you. I'm gonna add a little sugar, gonna add a little cream, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna add a little spice and mix it just right. This is what I gotta do. I'm gonna light your fire to burn your desire. For any woman who cross paths with you, I've got you under my magic spell. I've got you under my magic spell. I'm gonna sleep real good tonight while I work my magic to get you right. When you wake, you will only want me. I will be your only fantasy. I've got you under my magic spell. 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 Mana Abane Asep Meka Aikwa Armenua Erinten Germam Leturu and Sekuru. I got you under my magic spell. I got you under my magic spell. I got you under my magic spell. As you go to sleep at night thinking it's gonna be alright, and I will not put up a fight. I got something for you. Rise. Okay, hold on. We're trying to get the kinks worked out, okay? Trying to get the kinks worked out. Peace and blessings, Geneva, MC. Okay, there we got it. We got it. All right. All right, hey. All right, so we got sound. Y'all hear that echo? All right. Okay, you stay there. You going to read the thing on King Tut?
Yeah, hold on. Peace, Jonathan. I meant to call you the other day. He had called me and I forgot.
Yes, I am going live. Yes, on YouTube. So if you all want to watch on YouTube, it's on now. If you're on Facebook, you can watch it now, okay? Let's brother Dink was gonna go ahead and and read it out for y'all, okay? Oh boy. Okay.
All right, tonight we're gonna talk about King Tut, right? Also known as Tutankhamun. He was an Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th dynasty during the period of Egyptian history known as the New Kingdom. This shit, my phone just. Or sometimes the new empire period. He has since the discovery of his intact tomb been referred to as King Tut.
King Tut.
Tutankhamun.
Amun. Tonight, family, we're going to be summoning the spirits of King Tut, okay? Now, did y'all do your research? Because I want y'all to ask your questions, okay? I want y'all to get your questions prepared, okay? Y'all ready? Brother Dink, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm calling. When I call on King Tut, we're gonna rise up his spirit, okay?
All right.
I'm calling on the spirit of King Tut.
Rise up, King Tut.
We're asking that your spirit rise up.
Rise
We're asking
up.
that your spirit rise up. We're calling
Rise
on
up,
your
King
spirit to
Tut.
rise up, spirit of King Tut. We're
King
asking
Tut,
that
rise
the
up,
ancient
King
one
Tut.
rise up and speak through me,
Rise
King
up,
Tut.
rise up.
Rise up and speak through me. See through me and speak through me, King Tut. We're calling on your spirit to rise. See through me and speak to me. Ancient one, guide his soul. Ancient one, guide King Tut to speak through me. Guide his spirit to come through me. Guide him to speak through me. Give us the answers that we seek, King Tut. Give us the answers that we seek. We're calling on your spirit to rise up and see through me. Rise up and see through me. Keep shaking it. Call him.
Rise up, King Tut. Rise up, King Tut. I'm calling on the spirit of King Tut. King Tut, rise up, King Tut. King Tut. I'm calling on the ancient one, King Tut. King Tut, rise up, King Tut. Rise up, King Tut. Tutankhamun. Rise up. Rise up, King Tut. We're calling on the spirit of King Tut.
Keep calling him.
King Tut, calling on the spirit of King Tut. What?
He's an ancient one.
Ancient one. Calling on the ancient one, King Tut. Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun. I'm calling on the spirit of King Tut. King Tut. I'm calling on the spirit of King Tut. Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun. Calling on the spirit of King Tut, the ancient one, rise up. Ancestors, rise up. Guide his spirit to us. Guide his spirit to us. Calling on the spirit of King Tut. Calling on the spirit, King Tut. I'm calling on the spirit of King Tut. Rise up, King Tut. The ancient one, the Pharaoh, King Tut. I'm calling on your spirit. I'm calling on your spirit. I'm asking you to descend.
He got a soft. He has a soft spirit. He has a soft spoken voice. It's very soft spoken voice. I am here.
Okay. He's here. All right, family. I need y'all to start putting y'all questions in. All right, family. We're waiting for questions. We're waiting for questions, family. Does anybody have any questions for King Tut? Ain't nobody saying shit. All right. Erica Neal says, how did you die, King Tut? How did you really die?
He was sick. He was sick.
You was sick? He said he was sick, Erica Neal.
He's showing me his chest like he had pneumonia, like he was sick. He had like pneumonia.
Okay. Someone wants to know, King Tut, did you encounter any beings, outerworldly beings, any beings?
Yes, there was many beings. There was many beings that we encountered. We traveled back and forth.
Okay. Were there any other children born besides the two that died?
There was many of us. There wasn't only two.
Okay. How is your bloodline important to humanity now on Earth? Do you have any people that still descend from you?
We have a very strong bloodline, and yes, there's many of you that descend from us ancient ones.
Okay, what should the melanated people of Earth be doing right now?
We left many signs. We left many symbols for you all. You all don't have to do much. It's in your DNA. It's in your DNA. And you will soon be alerted in years to come. You will soon be alerted in years to come what you shall be doing.
Okay. What is the overall goal in life?
I'm not sure of your question.
He's not sure of your question. What do you think of humanity right now on Earth?
Humanity is not like it was in my ancient times. But you all are going through a transformation.
What are the duties of the people in the Western Hemisphere?
What do you mean? What are the duties?
Is there something we're supposed to be doing in the West?
You are the ancient ones that rise in the West.
Okay.
But ancient ones are rising all over the world, not just in the West, all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Is death a better continuance of life?
Who said that? Who says that? Who says that? Death is a better continuance of life.
What dimension are we currently in on Earth?
In ancient times, we have many dimensions. This earth is not just one dimension. This earth has many dimensions to it.
Okay. How do we activate the macabre? The macabre.
Call upon Tahuti, the ancient one.
He says, call upon Tahuti, the ancient one. Do you have any advice for us on Earth now, the people on Earth now?
As I said, you all, it's in your DNA. My advice is to go within. The answers that you seek are within your souls. You're no different than us ancient ones. You are no different than us ancient ones. Seek within your souls.
Okay. Is there anything we can do to get our spirit in tune faster?
You all need to turn back to the deities and your gods.
Okay.
Call back upon your gods. Turn back to your deities.
Is there any ancient deities that weren't written about?
Yes, we had many. Many. There's so much more you all will discover, so much more that will be revealed to you all. Many of you are high priestess and don't even know it. Many of you are high priestess and don't even know it.
How old people lived in your time? How long did people live in your time?
In ancient times, death was not the same as it was today. In your time. In ancient times, we had the power to switch from physical to spiritual form and spiritual to physical form. It's not the same of what you all experience today.
What type of technology did you use?
We have many types of technology. Many advanced technologies, more than you all have today.
Was there a character named Jesus in your time?
Not familiar with that name.
Not familiar. Were there any white people that helped build the pyramids?
No.
No?
What are white people?
Okay.
What are white people?
White people, I don't know what y'all would call white people. I don't know what y'all call white people back then. They were pale people. Their skin wasn't melanated. They were pale.
Okay.
Did y'all call them the Hyksos?
No.
No. Were there people that come from caves?
No.
No? Okay. Should we study death so we can switch from a spiritual to a physical form?
No. It's happening naturally. You have to study nothing. It's happening naturally. It's already in your DNA.
Where are your descendants on Earth today?
All over Earth.
All over. Were there slaves in your time?
What are slaves?
Were people forced to work on the pyramids for free?
Nobody worked on the pyramids.
Nobody worked on the pyramids.
Nobody worked on the pyramids.
Okay. Was there a person called Moses in your time?
No.
No. Okay. Did you have your heart weighed with a feather?
According to our ancient traditions, that's one of the ways we did.
What do you think about the current state of black women on Earth?
Women? Why do you all call them black women?
I don't know. Did you encounter any giants?
I'm not understanding. The words that you have are different than the words we had in ancient times. I'm not understanding.
He's not understanding, so y'all have to ask better questions or word them a little bit better. Are the dimensions collapsing?
In ancient times, we were part of all of the dimensions. It's not like you see it now in your time.
Were people separated on Earth at that time?
Ancient ones walked all over the earth.
Are there hidden ancient technologies still here on Earth that we can use?
They will soon be revealed. There's much and many hidden artifacts and technologies that Ascension ones created and bought from the cosmos. There's some that was stolen.
Okay. Is there a second coming of the sun?
Anajadak, Amin Ra, said, yes.
Will you be reborn on this earth?
I've been reborn many times and over.
What was your mother's name?
My real mother,
Yes.
Nefertari.
What was the purpose of the pyramids and what were they used for?
Pyramids were to ground this earth. Pyramids are connected to all monuments on this earth. The energy from the pyramids is to keep this earth grounded and for our friends to come.
Who was your father?
Akhenaten.
Where is the source of free energy?
All over this earth.
Do you connect with people still in the physical?
If you have the power to call upon me, I can.
What advice would you have for beginners that see, or people with spiritual gifts?
All of mankind have spiritual gifts. They just don't know how to use them now.
Are cats sacred?
In ancient times, they were very sacred.
Why were they so sacred?
They have a home of their own. They come from another home. And they possess many magical powers. That's unbeknown to you all.
Are the ancestors here on earth watching us?
Which ancestors?
Are the Egyptian ancestors watching us?
We've always been watching.
Is there life after death?
What is death?
Death is when your spirit leaves your physical form.
We never die. We don't die.
How old were you when you passed, when you died?
17.
17. Do the pyramids in Egypt have healing powers?
They have more than healing powers.
How can we time travel?
It is in your DNA. In time, you will know how to time travel.
Do cats carry spirits to another world?
No.
Do you feel people have destroyed and desecrated the pyramids?
What are people?
Do you feel the beings? Do you feel the beings here have desecrated the pyramids?
What is desecrated?
Destroyed.
They have tried many times in order to destroy our monuments, our great monuments, but they cannot.
What happened to the people when they took the first pharaohs out of the pyramids?
They didn't take any pharaohs out of the pyramids.
What dimension would you say you're in right now?
All.
Where does the soul come from?
What is soul?
Who came first, the Sumerians or the Egyptians?
Who are the Egyptians? Who are the Sumerians?
What did beings such as yourself call yourselves?
We have many titles.
What was your title?
Naga.
Naga? Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Will there be a rise of chosen ones?
All of the beings on this planet are chosen. All of the beings will go through a transformation. All of the beings will be able to go back into their DNA. All of the beings will be able to do all the things that they need to do as beings that live on this planetary Earth.
Where did the Nagas come from?
We've been here from the beginning of this Earth.
Who are the chosen people?
People. What are people?
Who are the chosen beings of this earth?
Chosen, I don't understand.
Okay. What written text do you suggest we study?
It's in your DNA. Go to the writings on the wall. Go to the writings on the stone.
What do you call those beings that stole the technology?
They be intruders, like you all know. Intruders. And my language is different.
Okay. What is the best resource to heal your spine?
Spine. What is spine?
The backbone.
Go to the earth. Go to the plants.
Where did the Nagas disappear to?
We did not.
Okay, people, they didn't call themselves Egyptians. They called themselves Nagas. Is the world ending?
World.
The earth. Is the earth ending?
This planet, no.
Where were the intruders from?
Many places all over.
Is the moon a satellite? I don't know if he knows what's
What is the moon?
Come on, family. Y'all gotta come up with better questions. What do you call the light in the skies? In the sky.
What is light?
Can you give us any information about the cosmos?
The sky world.
The sky world.
What do you seek?
Information.
As above, so below.
As above, so below.
You are the sky world, and the sky world is you.
Who rules the earth now?
Nobody.
How far have you traveled in the sky world?
As far as you want to go, you can go anywhere you want to go.
How do we find out our spiritual gifts?
It's in your DNA.
When y'all asking about spiritual gifts and stuff like that and enlightenment, the common answer is it's in your DNA, go within. So y'all got to find another way to ask these questions or ask better questions. Because remember, he's not comprehending or understanding what I'm asking. Are there any other planets like ours or like the Earth? Are there more places like the Earth?
There are many places like the sky world.
Are you currently with your ancestors or the Most High?
Who's the Most High?
Are there any beings above the ancestors?
Many beings.
Okay.
In the sky world, there's many beings. Beings that don't look like you and I. Beings that look totally different. But there are many beings in the sky world.
What deity did you follow?
I didn't.
Are
We
those
all had the ability to be deities. We didn't follow any deities.
What's food for you?
What's food? What's that word?
I don't know how to explain. Did the Nagas worship any beings?
Worship. What's that word?
Follow.
follow. What's that word?
Okay. Pray. Did the Nagas pray to any beings?
I don't understand. What is that word?
What language do you speak?
How many?
Many. What's the source of life?
I don't understand.
What's the name of the beings inside the earth?
I don't understand.
Why did the Nagas create the Neanderthal? I don't think.
Who is the Neanderthal?
Did the Nagas create any beings?
Create. What is that word? These beings are asking questions that I don't understand.
How do we unlock our DNA?
You don't have to. It happens naturally. You were created by higher sky beings.
Okay.
And your journey on this earth, going through a transformation, they are unlocking it naturally for you.
Is there anything we need to know that we don't know?
There's so much that you all do not know that will be exposed to you. In time, in years to come, you will understand so much more about who you are and what life is about on this planet here. Be patient. Your beings do too much. Too much.
Okay.
Everything shall happen in time.
Can you see anything in the future?
What do you mean?
What's to come?
What do you mean?
Do you have a favorite place in the sky world?
What is favorite?
Where do you go in the sky world?
Many places. Many stars, many universes, many planets in the sky world.
How will we know when we are starting to transition?
Many things will change. You will feel it. In your body, with the earth, in the sky world.
How you became a pharaoh in Kemet?
Who said I was a pharaoh?
What was your title?
I had many. In time, you all will know the truth. The truth that is written in your beings. Time is not the same.
Do you travel alone in the sky world?
If I choose to.
Which ancient deity is the best to summon?
What is summoned?
Call upon.
That's a silly question.
Who else travels with you in the sky world?
Every being that's on this earth can travel to the sky world. There's many of us that travel to the sky world.
Tell us about your experience on Earth.
Why do you beings use these words? What's experience? What is that word?
When you were here, how was life? When you were here on Earth, how was life?
I never left. I've always been here. I still am here.
What kind of tools did you use? What kind of technology did the Nagas use?
For
rituals.
what are rituals?
Is there anything you want to let us know about yourself?
No. In time, you all shall find out. Your beings will find out very soon.
Are you always on this dimension?
Only if I'm called.
Only if you're called.
I travel many dimensions. There's many parts of me. Many dimensions. And many beings. I still exist. In many ways.
Do you want to come back to Earth?
I never left this planet.
Okay. What is in the star system Sirius A and B?
I don't understand. I know star systems, there's many. There's beings in many different star systems. But A, but B, I don't understand.
What star system did the Nagas come from?
Our beings come from many places.
Are you serious? How many planets are in the sky world? How many places are there to go in the sky world?
We're done.
Done?
Yeah, my head's down. I heard too much.
All right, that's it. She's done. He's gone. You okay?
I got a headache.
All right, guys, we got a head. She's got a headache. So, what you want to do? You want to wrap it up? You know when we're gonna be back on?
Tomorrow, maybe Friday, or so maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we'll see if we're gonna come back on tomorrow.
We'll see if we'll come back on tomorrow. You're welcome, family.
Somebody was calling while you was doing this live. And you getting all kind of messages. All right. Yeah, so now I guess we're going to have to call on some people. We're going to have to summon people that it's easier to communicate with, because it was kind of hard to communicate with this ancient being, because you got to remember, guys, he doesn't talk like us, and they didn't have those same words. So
the tongue is different.
The tongue is different. So when we I guess it would be easier for you to just see what you see and explain it to us than to summons an ancient being. Maybe it would be probably like summonsing would probably be better if she summons like Marie Laveau or something, because she would be able to tell us, you know.
Yeah, see, the thing about it is, and especially because when you're talking about communicating with the ancient ones, what the hell? When you're talking about with the ancient ones, well, we have to realize, hold on, family. We gotta let it play through. It's stupid.
Damn, what the fuck?
Okay. Exit out. Resume. She just gotta wait. Hold on. When we're trying to summon, when you're talking about the ancient ones, you gotta remember the words are not the same. You're talking about ancient times. You're talking about over 10,000 years ago. So when you're summoning these ancient ones, I'm looking at the questions. They don't understand. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna understand. And what you probably all need to do is study the Metu Neter so you can ask in that language. But don't get it confused. They weren't dumb. You see? I'm just looking at the comments that people are putting, okay? You got the hotline. What's the hotline? I know, right, Courtney? Were you able to see what he looked like? Now, if you all want me to see spiritually what I see, okay? What I kept seeing with the ancient ones, first of all, he didn't die when they said he died, okay?
He said he died at 17.
Okay, see? So then the ancient ones, what I'm seeing, what King Tut looked like, I seen that he was a very fragile young man, okay? I see very dark skin, okay? I see that he had a very long face, okay? But he was short. But
that's why they thought he was 9 years old.
Right, he was short. But I'm going to tell you the difference between back then and now, okay? It wasn't the same. Like you had a lot of giants at that time as well. But like he was more like what we consider a dwarf today, okay?
Do you see that they differentiated between whites and blacks?
No, they don't. That's not. This is what we got into. They're not the same. They didn't call white people, black people, black people, black people. They wasn't called that.
Something else, right?
They called them something else. So it wasn't the same then.
That's why that's why y'all think that I'm sure they differentiated, because certain people had certain things they did when they came from other regions. So I know they seen the difference in those people. But for them to explain that to us would be a different way. because they didn't, like she said, they didn't speak the same language.
D-Hart, I don't see spiritually that he had one short leg than the other. And what we got to remember too, you know, first of all, it's just like in Africa you have tribes. They don't know black or white. Mm-hmm. They don't know that. You see? So it was the same time in ancient times. There was no, oh, well, she's black, she's white. You see? Yeah. They had, and let me tell you all too, their names were not even the same. Yeah. What we read today in the text today is not the same as it is today. A lot of these names and titles that you see for many, many different tribes and, you know, even Egypt, that wasn't Egypt during that time. It was not called Egypt.
He said they didn't call themselves Egyptian, they called themselves the Nagas.
See? So at the end of the day, they didn't call themselves.
That's very deep, because that, like, remember you were saying there was a connection between Asia, because you had the Nagas in Asia. So that to me, that's very deep.
Well, I'm gonna tell you all like this.
And it's,
go ahead.
It's just like today, like, I'm not even gonna say today, but like it's certain tribes in Africa that still are just now coming in contact with Caucasians. They don't have a word for him, and they think that something's wrong with him because he doesn't look like them, or he's not. You know what I'm saying? It's tribes that when they first seen the white man, they didn't know what to call him because they didn't have a word for him. So that doesn't mean that they you know, didn't see color or something. Like, they didn't know what to call him, you know, when they came in contact with him. So that's why I look at that. Like, they didn't understand what you meant. That's why I look at that when he says what are white people. That's why I took that.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say about it? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nothing. I mean, that was pretty much it. We have to realize, you know, back then it was totally different. We didn't. The mindset was even different. You know what I mean? We didn't even think like the way we think now. You know what I mean?
And he felt like we asked silly questions. So maybe next time we will do, I don't know, it's up to Wunam, but maybe we will do, I don't know when we're gonna do a summons again, but maybe next time we'll summon somebody like Marie Laveau or something like that.
Yeah, based off of what now I can go into it spiritually and see it. I'm not doing too much of it because it, you know, after you summon somebody and that's after you're deep into, you know, that trance, my head hurts. Real talk, y'all, my head hurts. But did they use any gems to operate technology or anything in the pyramid? What I'm going to say is they used a lot of high technology that we haven't even seen yet. Okay, they used a lot of earthly, you know, tools and stuff like that. So they used a lot of stuff, but a lot of these things that I'm seeing spiritually, they wasn't just from Earth. They came from other planets. He said, D-Hart said he understood silly.
I said, Nikki, can you give us some advice on how we can tune and talk to the ancestors on the next show?
You know, my thing is, the most important thing is, you know, like I told you all before, to go ground yourself. Go ground yourself, okay? Go outside. You know, first of all, calling through the maternal side is the way that it's done in Africa, okay? Call through the maternal side and then set up your shrines and your altars in the house. A lot of people can't set up shrines outside, but set up your altars in the house to your ancestors and every day, every week, calling your ancestors, talk to them. You know, they here, they exist, they do exist, they never died, only their physical body left this earth. Your ancestors exist. If you don't believe me, when you call on them, ask them to give you a sign and they will. Okay? And your ancestors are not going to scare you like the disagreeable spirits. So the best thing to do is continue to talk to them. Let them know that you know that they're there. A lot of us don't understand, you know, and especially in the Western culture, they think, oh, well, I got spirit guides. No, that's not spirit guides. That's your ancestors, your relatives that have left off of this earth, their physical body. And if you call on them, and they'll let you know.
And he kept saying he never left here. He's still here. He's still here. He never left. So he's just in different dimensions, in all the dimensions at once.
He's not lying. He's not lying for the simple fact that at the end of the day, it comes back to what I be telling y'all that they already gave me a message about, is being that the DNA is reactivating. We will have access to that type of energy of being able to travel. Some of us already are familiar with astral plane, and well, when the DNA begins to reactivate, we will have access to be in many different worlds, if that's what y'all want to call it. We're going to take it to the real world, which we think is the real world, which we can travel to different universes, different planets. You know what I mean?
Peace and blessings, newcomers. Those who are new, because there's a lot of people in here are new.
And family, I'm going to tell you like this as well. See, the thing about it, now, in my book that I'm writing, it's taking a long time to write, but it gets done when it gets done. It's called How We Are Universes Within Universes, Dimensional Doorways to Reality. Now, I'm going to share this of what I was doing with you all. While I was in the trance and allowing him to come speak through me, I was able to communicate with him in my mind. Right? So certain things I was able to tell that spirit, that spirit being, while I was letting him occupy my body. This is a power that you all will one day experience, okay? So as I was letting him share my body, I was communicating some things with him, and then he was talking through me, okay? And for those people who are spiritual, take time out to meditate. You can call, spirits down, and they will come through you. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is real. This is real, okay? And I'm just laughing at, whatchamacallit's question, because he understood D-Hart. He understood silly, only because I'm communicating with him in my dimensional world, for my physical body, certain things, okay? Some of this is beyond y'all comprehension. And this is why I said the most important thing is really, really, embarking on your spiritual path. And the way you do that is connecting yourself with earth. I tell you all the time, go outside, talk to that tree. I talk to the sun brightens for me. I talk to the rain will stop for me. You see what I'm saying? When you're that connected, you're able to do things like this. People don't understand. This is some very powerful stuff, and people need to understand the right way to do it. You understand? Because you got people out here, this is not a joke, it's not a game, and personally, I don't give a goddamn who don't believe, because I know what I know. And there's a lot of people that haven't come to this vibration of being able to really, really, you can turn on light, really, really get into your spiritual, or get on your spiritual path like you're supposed to. But y'all will see eventually, if y'all not experiencing yet, y'all gonna see. And let me tell y'all something, this weather that we got coming, right? This water that we're going to be seeing a lot of has to take place, because it's a cleansing that's taking place on earth. But it's also going to affect many of us. Don't say I didn't tell y'all so. It's all connected. Everything's connected. And maybe we'll talk about that later.
That shit drained the hell out of my phone.
Were you able to tell what dimension he was on? See, you all know dimensions in the sense of what we have learned in the physical world. But there's many, there's unlimited dimensions. Within your body alone, you have many dimensions. Your organs have many dimensions, you see? It's not just what you think, okay, well, there's 16 dimensions, like they tell you in this world over here. No. There's dimensions within your body. Your muscles have dimensions, your kidneys, your lungs, your heart. This earth has many dimensions alone. Never mind outside of this earth. And this is something you all will eventually come to know as your DNA reactivates, okay? What? Hey, Kashiba. Peace and blessings. So pretty much, family, I mean, my thing is, like I said, it's beyond some comprehension, okay? But do not ignore the energy and this transformation that we're going through, okay? Do not embrace it. Do not be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Many of us are dealing with a lot of spiritual awakening signs. You know what I mean? Many of us are able to go into different dimensions. Maybe many of us are able to astral travel. Many of us, there's so much more to us. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. But like I just told you, like I just did, while he was in my body, he was sharing my body. I was in my dimension communicating with him as well, silently, as I allowed him to communicate to you all. Okay?
When is the next show, sister? Probably tomorrow or Friday.
What's tomorrow? Thursday? Maybe Friday night, y'all. I got a headache now, shit. Y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand. It pulls a lot of your energy. Especially because it starts hurting your head because you're so, excuse me, you guys, you're so deep into into it. When you're allowing a being to share your body, it kind of pulls on your energy. Okay? What I was just about to ask about Florence. What did I tell you the other day, Brother Think, right? See, I think it was yesterday, and I said, they're saying it's coming this way and coming. I told you it was going to change. I told you all we was not going to be able to predict weather like they're thinking they're going to predict, okay? Now they'll be able to tell a little bit, but it's going to get tricky. Because when they say that it's over here, it might veer over here to the right a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I did put my video up when I did September monthly predictions, right? If y'all go to 1950, y'all will see what I said. I told y'all it was these hurricanes were coming back to back to back to back. Tropical storms back to back. I told y'all East Coast was getting hit first. I seen a lot of flooding. Go to the video, go watch it. September predictions. I put it in front of my Facebook and YouTube. You all can go on my YouTube video. I put it on the YouTube video. Go to 1950 and you'll see what I'm saying about the weather. Everything I pretty much said is happening now. But do not take what the weatherman says for face value, because at the end of the day, mother is working and she's going to trick them. So you might think it's coming to South Carolina one part and it might head up to Georgia. You might think it can't come inland because there's not water far away, but it's coming. Okay? There has to be a cleansing that takes place. Not because what man is just doing, tainting the earth with his chemicals and all that he does, okay? But mother already brought her wrath, okay? So pretty much when we start seeing all this water and these hurricanes and tornadoes and tropical storms coming back to back to back, it has to take place because the cleansing has to take place on this earth. And not only that, water, something with water. Remember I told you all, water is going to be the most powerful element right now, even doing with your rituals. If you do rituals, water is the most powerful element that you want to use. So with saying that, what you all got to understand is this water that's doing the cleansing is also going to affect us human beings, okay? And not necessarily in a way where it's taking us down, but something that has to do to the earth, because we're part of the earth. You see what I'm saying? I can't explain to you what it is, but you will feel the difference. After everything dries up, you will feel. So it's sort of like a transformation this earth has to go through by being cleansed with the water, okay? They just also had some earthquakes today, too. You see what I'm saying, Courtney? And see, like I said, go to 1950 on my video on monthly predictions for September. I also spoke about the earthquakes too, Courtney. If y'all it starts at 1950 where I tell y'all what I see with the weather for the month of September. Okay? Any questions on YouTube?
Nah. Kenneth Johnson says that, yeah, I was going to try to collect some rainwater.
Yeah. You could do that because this water is coming from the Atlantic, so you could do that, Kenneth, okay? All right, family. I guess that's pretty much it. We're about to wrap it up here. I got to go, get my energy back.
Okay.
And we'll see everybody most likely on Friday night. I got to take a break.
For those of you who are new, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and subscribe, hit like, and hit that bell next to the subscribe button so you can get the notices when we're on. Okay? Peace and blessings. You want to end it out?
Mm-hmm.
As you go to sleep at night thinking it's gonna be alright, and I will not put up a fight. I got something for you. I'm gonna add a little sugar, gonna add a little cream, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna add a little spice and mix it just right. This is what I gotta do. I'm gonna light the fire to burn your desire. For any woman who cross paths with you, I've got you under my magic spell. I've got you under my magic spell. I'm gonna sleep real good tonight while I work my magic to get you right. When you wake, you will only want me. I will be your only fantasy. I've got you under my magic spell. 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 Mana Meka Aikua Armenua Hermenten Kermam Leturu and Sekuru. I got you under my magic spell. I got you under my magic spell. I got you under my magic spell. As you go to sleep at night thinking it's gonna be alright, and I will not put up a fight. I got something for you. Rise, sacrament.